Hey guys, welcome back. Drip and Farm for Poverty. I'm your host, Drip Coach, and let's jump right into it. So today we are combining two videos in the world of DeFi and digital IDs. Both of these videos brought to you by Coin Bureau. So I've done this before where I've tried to recap what they went over. I highly recommend you watch these videos. They're both less than a week old. Digital ID in every country, why you should be worried now, and they're cracking down on DeFi. The reports reveal it all. This was January 7th. And even though we have a lot of news and things going on in the crypto sphere, especially as it relates to BlackRock, again, I mentioned this to you guys before. When you see stuff in the news and stuff is making you kind of look in one direction, you should be aware of what's going on elsewhere. So there are other things in the news, some comical, some more doom and gloom, and of course, some quote unquote bullish for crypto. But at the same time, there are other things still moving behind the scenes. And that's what I'm going to summarize in these two videos. So first up, the world of DeFi has been under intense scrutiny, specifically with the global regulatory recommendations from organizations like the Internal Organization of Securities Commission, or IOSCO, and the United States Security Exchange, we know as the SEC. A DeFi sector with cryptocurrency presents a peer-to-peer financial system without intermediaries, posing a stark contrast in competition to traditional banking systems. However, this freedom comes with the risk like hacks, scams, minimal investor protection, and drawing regulatory attention worldwide. So that was just a definition by Guy at the Coin Bureau about what DeFi is, in case you have been living under a rock. But I know for the most part, you guys do. So DeFi is a direct threat to the traditional financial market. Now, IOSCO's recommendation for DeFi regulations are telling of a future where DeFi might be integrated into the traditional financial system. These recommendations, while termed as such, often morph into global regulations impacting crypto markets profoundly. The regulatory points focus on 1. Identifying responsible persons in DeFi and standardizing global regulations and enforcing applicable laws, among other things. So the biggest thing that they talk about in this video is about the identifying individuals in DeFi. So again, I highly recommend you watch this video, but we're going to migrate over to the digital ID piece of the puzzle. So over here on this other video, with his new assistant, I think he just got this within 6 months or so ago. It's always been Guy prior to that, but I forgot her name. So this one's about digital IDs and how there are more countries utilizing it than we actually were aware of. So the rollout of digital IDs globally is a development that carries significant implications for privacy and autonomy. Unlike physical IDs, digital IDs centralize in nature and are easily modified or confiscated by governments. So you can look at your physical ID as actually decentralized in a way, because you may have a ID for your driver's license, and then you have one with your health information, and then you have a school ID and then a work ID. So all these are decentralized because each of these entities control different amounts of information on you, and they don't communicate to share their databases. And then when one is breached, you don't get access to everything else. However, with digital IDs, it will pretty much be a one-stop shop for everything and controlled by the government. And therefore, if that is hacked or modified in the database, which it could be, where it says one thing and you remember it or recall it or know it in person to be something else, your new ID is what they say it is. And there's no paper trail, so to speak. Even in one instance in this, I forgot which organization it is, but they are only required to keep information on file for 90 days. So say you were doing some kind of discussion, paper trail, emails, and all that stuff like that. Well, after 90 days, that is destroyed, and quote unquote, that's for your own safety and security. But that could come back to bite you, because now they could come back and say, well, we don't recall you ever messaging us. We have no message on this. And you're like, well, I did, and it was this date. It was like, well, nothing in our file says so, and now you owe us X amount, or you're liable for XYZ. So definitely things to be aware of. So they have various ID types, various types of IDs into one, potentially connecting to the public and private services, including social media. So behind this push are influential organizations like the United Nations Development Program, the World Bank, and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. The UN's Sustainable Development Goals aim for digital IDs in every country by 2030, accelerating a digital transformation with profound implications. So, lastly, we're going to talk about the global landscape and its implications. So when you talk about the UK's digital ID improvements to the EU's digital ID wallet and the United States development in the digital ID technology, nations are swiftly moving towards a digital identification system. This transition might lead to more stringent control over individual activities and could potentially be used to enforce pandemic type restrictions as the new norm. Saw that is already happened in China. So they're definitely modeling some things in other countries that already exist. So in conclusion, as we intertwine the narratives of DeFi regulation and the proliferation of digital IDs, a clear picture emerges of a digital future where freedom and control are at constant odds. DeFi faces a future of increased regulation and scrutiny, potentially stifling innovation and limiting its transformative potential. Simultaneously, the global push for digital IDs heralds an era of unparalleled government control over individual identities and activities. Things are definitely buckling down. And even where I've been living in Cambodia, I saw this happen with Binance. And this could have been after or due to the issues that Binance.com faced, but Binance.us changed, the issues that Binance.us faced, and now Binance.com changed some of their on and off ramp procedures and things of that nature. So some of the methods I was using have now been closed through Binance. So even decentralized exchanges, if you want to call Binance that, it's not decentralized exchanges, but exchanges that are pushing the envelope and pushing back against regulation is what I meant to say. Those are also now being stuck with this, because at the end of the day, until we are actually fully transacting in crypto for your everyday needs, we are tied to TradFi. And that means they can clip those on and off ramps, and there's absolutely nothing you can do, because your day-to-day buying your groceries and your gas and paying for your electric bill and gas bill, your cell phone bill, that all still requires fiat. And that means no matter how much you're making in crypto, if you have to move it to fiat and they start clipping those on and off ramps, then that is just their way of getting more and more control, and therefore blacklisting addresses and wallets and even closing accounts like we've seen already in other countries. So DeFi is the only way to fight back, but until it becomes kind of I don't want to call it massive global adoption, but where crypto is at the base layer versus what's currently there, which is the fiat, then you still have a lot of hoops and hurdles to jump through and over. So keep your eyes peeled on this kind of stuff, because it's not some kind of tinfoil hat. It is happening in real time. And as I mentioned to you guys before, especially with now the deepfake AI technology and how this AI is coming up, and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and the WEF, the simulation they ran, I am quite sure that in our next future, short to immediate term, there will be some other global pandemic, and it will definitely use some sort of AI propaganda, deepfake technology, or whatever, because they can't play the same trick twice. So having some kind of mass spreading virus won't be the way, but they will pick the next best thing. And I feel like that's something digital, basically. Let's put it that way. What that will look like, I don't know, but it is coming sooner rather than later, especially with the goals of having digital IDs rolled out by 2030. So what better way to force adoption or to get massive adoption support than to fake another crisis, or create another crisis. And then of course with that crisis, it's like, aha, we can bail you out. Here's some money, but you can't get this money unless you register for this digital ID, and then it's in this central bank digital currency and blah, blah, blah. It's coming. That is not, again, tinfoil hat. That is literally their playbook. So keep your eyes and ears peeled. this cycle is maybe your last hope at getting untethered from that traditional TradFi system. All right, that's all I got. Smash that HBO special, help a brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below, and go check out the Coin Bureau's 2 videos, lift daily and achieve your impossible. See ya. Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? SPRITZ Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.